What's going on, my fellow astrophotographers? My name is AstroNickerpot 27, and tonight I'm going to be imaging the Great Globular Cluster in Hercules, or commonly known as M13. M13 is probably one of the best globular clusters to image in the Northern Hemisphere. M13 is a globular cluster that's about 15,500 light years away, or I think probably a little over 13,000 light years, something like that. This beautiful globular cluster is located in the constellation Hercules. I've imaged M13 through my small wide field refractor with the William Redcat 51. That's a 250 millimeter 2.8 refractor scope, and I've also observed M13 at a dark site as well. And M13 is one of the best globular clusters in the Northern Hemisphere, and I've seen a lot of people like imaging this cluster already, and I always wanted to get like a really compelling image on this cluster. And now, since I have a moderate sized telescope, I'm actually even more excited. So what I'm using tonight, I'm using the Askar 103 APO. This is a 700 millimeter 6-inch aperture refractor, and I'm shooting M13 through a Bortle 7 sky, and I'm shooting it with a Canon EOS Rebel T7. My motorized mount is a CG4 motorized mount, and I'm still learning how to use it, of course, and that's why I'm kind of glad I'm imaging something semi-easy, of course, like a globular cluster. So when we get down a little bit here, so you guys can see, so I'm just shooting the 30-second exposures, of course, nothing too crazy, of course. So there is M13 at all its glory, of course. This is just a 30-second exposure, of course. Whoa, look at that. You can see individual stars from this cluster, guys. And I'm only doing 30 seconds, but the main goal is to get at least an hour worth of data on M13, of course, and then and stack it. There's also a galaxy right next to M13 as well. That's NGC 6207. That is I think nearly edge-on spiral galaxy, but Stellarium has the galaxy classified as a spiral galaxy, of course. You can get both. You can get that galaxy as well. I haven't really tried looking for it through my pictures, of course, but I'm sure once I get into the stacking process, of course, I might be able to bring out the galaxy a little bit more now, since I'm using a moderate-sized telescope. But I have imaged M13 before with the William Redcat 51, and I actually got my best image of that cluster last year with that setup, probably around like this time, of course. I probably imaged M13 probably a little bit later in the summer, probably like next month or so. So I'm going to do like a side-by-side comparison of M13 through both setups and just kind of show you like the visualization and stuff. But with a 30-second exposure, of course, with using a small telescope, you're not going to expect to see all these stars that you're seeing right now through this setup. M13 is about half the size of the moon, of course. If you're on a dark side too, you can actually see it with the naked eye, of course, because M13 is actually at magnitude 5.9. So basically, it's barely on the verge of being visible. I mean, it is visible to the naked eye, but obviously in a Bortle 7 sky, which I'm in right now, it's actually it's not visible at all. But right there, you can kind of make out a little bit of Hercules a little bit. Anywho, guys, I'm gonna get back into imaging, of course, and I'll let you know how the night goes. I will see you guys in a bit. Really quickly, I just want to go over the difference between aperture and focal length and why it's important. Aperture is just basically how much light you're collecting, and focal length is literally just the distance between the objective lens and the observer lens. And what's happening is how long is it taking for that light that you're collecting to actually hit your objective lens, and when I say objective lens, I'm pretty much talking about the light that you're observing. And the best way I'm going to illustrate this is showing you two stacked images from both of my telescopes to help better illustrate mainly aperture, because aperture is pretty much collecting more light, and also how bigger M13 is going to look inside both telescopes, and how much detail you're going to see, especially through this scope as well. I will see you guys inside. All right, so I made it inside now. I haven't really done much editing. This is not the final picture, and it's actually not that bright. It just the picture looks much brighter because I'm recording from my phone. But here's M13 at all its glory so far. I've only done was increase a little bit of the levels, and I cropped the image just to get looking decent. Somewhere around here is NGC 6207 right below, and obviously right here is M13, and all these are all the background stars of course. It's pretty sharp, not a bad telescope. But I'm going to go ahead and get this editing, and then I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of my final stacked image from my field setup and the final stacked image that I'm working on right now. If you guys want to see more of my content in my YouTube shorts, please follow me, or please subscribe down below. Follow me on Instagram at AstroNickerpot27, and also follow me on X as well. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.